Yeah, I've noticed that one consistent theme with many liberal ideologies is a disintegration of the individual, whether it's the individual's right to own property or whatever it is. But with this group dynamic, that identity politics, it's just there's no such thing as individual moral responsibility or individual. There's just no individual entirely. You're just immediately categorized with a group based on some kind of exterior characteristic. In the case of critical race theory, it would be your ethnicity, and there's just no individual. Why do you think it is that liberal ideologies, or really any ideology that's just in contradiction to a Christian worldview, why is it so dead set on erasing the individual?
Yeah, well, I imagine if you're talking to different people, you're going to get different responses about why it is that they want to classify people in their groups and have that group identity trump a sense of individual identity. But my main suspicion when I see that, and you ask, okay, what's the cause of it, is the will to power idea that you reduce. For so many Christians, I'm assuming a lot of your listeners are Christians, yeah. You have to back out of this whole Christian understanding of the world and say, okay, well, imagine that there is no God, and imagine that all exists is all of the wealth that this world has to offer, all of the resources that exist, this materialistic understanding of the world, and there you are. And, there's some people that have stuff, and you want that stuff. And so how are you going to get it from? Well, I mean, you could go try to mug them. You could do that. Or you could find a way to classify all those people and say, well, I'm going to mark all of them as one particular thing. And so all white people, therefore, are now oppressors. They're in the category of oppressor. And so we need to now elevate the voice of those who are not white. And by doing that, you're finding a way for you to advance in the world. And so it's a great system for trying to get people's stuff. It's a great way to go about that. If you're someone who doesn't have as much stuff as another person, well, begin to classify people that way. Right. And so where the Marxist system didn't work as well, because you only have two classifications. You have basically the have and the have-nots, where you can advance the idea with intersectionality. You can divide the world up into male and female, into white and to non-white, into straight and to all the different versions of non-straight, so that you can mobilize all of those lower categories and begin to get more from the people that have stuff. And again, you might just think, well, why in the world would you even do that? Well, part of the materialistic concept of the world is that it's a zero-sum game. Right. Christians believe that,
wealth can grow.
Kind of creation. You get one banana tree and stick it in the ground, and you get all sorts of bananas from just that one. You can even cut off one of the pups from it and give it to somebody else, and they can have bananas. It's a rich world that continues to produce, but not according to this other system. In this other system, if you're going to get anything, well, you have to get it from the people who have it, and they're not just going to give it to you. And so you need to find ways to either guilt them or to shame them or to politically maneuver them. And to do that with every single individual, well, that's going to take a really long time. But if we can categorize them as white and male and have that become the primary way that they're thinking about themselves and the way the society is, well, now we can see that, you men, you have certain privileges that women don't have. And so it's time for all of you to kind of pay up and to make sure that all the ladies get the same stuff that you do. And then Christian says, well, why would you do that? Because, we don't want all the women to have all the same stuff that men do. Men have to be conscripted into the army to go fight battles. Right. Why would we want women to do that? Well, that's because you're thinking like a Christian and you're thinking about what God's revealed in the Word. But no, that's not the way this one works. This one says if we're going to have equality, it's got to be a feminist equality. These women have to have all the same kind of things that men do. And therefore, we have to peg them for their oppression, have them think about themselves in their group identity so that we can raise up the oppressed category and get at some state of perfect equality. So that's a very long way of saying I really believe the identity politics is a tool used by those who are committed to this materialistic understanding of the world and want this will to power. They want things, and the way you get it is through power maneuvers.
That's so helpful. So it's a tool to redistribute wealth. And I love what you said, Jared, about just the antithetical view from a Christian worldview that wealth is this zero-sum game. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, we hope that you'll take a moment and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can watch more content like this. Also, take a moment and give this video a like so that it can reach more people. And take a moment and click on the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we come out with new content. Thanks so much. God bless.